I'm still dealing with a lot of the shock of losing my father. For almost 2 years, my stepmom, Tony, pretended to be my dad through email, and it was honestly believable. I received at least 20 emails during that time. She would ask me how my day was going or just random things about my life, and Dad would do the same, so I wouldn't really suspect anything of that. One of the emails that I received said that he wasn't sure if he was ever going to be coming back.
I just kept telling Lance, I just really don't think he wrote this.
I cheated with a woman in Australia. I have made a life with her. I will be gone for quite a while.
And I couldn't convince him, and he just said, no, Mom, he wrote it.
I think because Dad would always sign his emails with that at the very end, just, love Dad. I mean, emailing was definitely normal behavior, but as far as him saying that he wasn't coming back, I really wish that I would have looked harder at that at the time.
I think that's a lot of the reason why Lance blames himself. Shannon would have already been dead at that point, but you can't explain that to Lance. He feels so guilty about believing those emails came from his dad.
I'm still confused at when she took over, because some emails, they sounded so much like him. During this time, there were a few times I had actually talked to Tony, and she actually showed up at my graduation of boot camp. It seemed like she was being supportive, even though she had already murdered my dad. I've been pretty trapped recently trying to figure out everything and why Tony would do what she did.
Every day he wakes up with maybe a newfound guilt as to how he could have prevented his dad's death. Lance does blame himself for his father's murder.
Instead of going to live with him, I ended up going into the Navy, and I'm not sure if I could have stopped it, but at least I could have tried.
Well, Lance, I'm glad you're here because I think this is worthy of our talking about. And first, I have to say, as I said to your mother and your aunt, I'm very sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
As a father of two boys, I can't imagine what it would be like for them if they lost their dad in this way. And I can imagine it's just been devastating for you. But I want to talk to you about what you're doing about that and also what you're not doing about that. Because I'll just tell you straight up, I'm not here to tell you to get over this and move on. But I think there are some things you're doing that aren't constructive, and I think you owe your dad a different approach to this than what you're doing. So we'll talk about that in a minute. You got duped here, right?
Right.
But everybody got duped here.
I feel like that's probably one of the biggest things that's hard to get over is the fact that I wasn't around enough to know the difference.
Have you ever thought about why evil, sociopathic, psychopathic people get away with the things they do?
Probably blinded by love or something.
Well, in a sense, they get away with this stuff because normal, healthy people cannot even conceive of doing what they do. All signs point to the fact that she shot this man in the head and killed him, hid his body, stole his money, forged documents, did all of this stuff, and nobody saw this was happening because you are much too well to even conceive of doing something like that. That's just not part of who you are, so you can't recognize that trait in somebody else because we don't have that. So we have nothing to compare that to. That's how they get that over on normal, healthy people. Do you see what I'm saying?
I absolutely see what you're saying.
You're not that dark. You
No.
can't get that dark. You can't get that sick.
No.
And so therefore, you're vulnerable to those sort of people. It's not a weakness in you, it's actually a strength.